Oh shit, the Monster Hunter thing is this week. Other two monsters come out.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Michael the Mike.
What is up? What's up, guys?
Chilling, chilling. A lot going on this week. So what we do on this here podcast about anything and everything from video games to movies to pop culture. We've been doing a series called The Verdict,
Yep.
where we review many different types of movies, mostly stuff that's in that realm of pop culture and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're not doing Shawshank Redemption. Sorry, you know, we're not. I'm not doing To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
We're not getting that serious and gritty. But right now we're doing uh live action only video game movies. So we've been reviewing things so far like Double Dragon, Super Mario Brothers, and this week we're gonna do Street Fighter.
The movie.
Street Fighter the movie, not the cool movie, not the animated one.
Chunky boobies.
The Van Damme movie. So, but before we get into that, because that movie is awful. But just wanted to bring up a few little odds and ends this week, because it's on the channel.
Yeah.
I want to bring up the updates for it. Monster Hunter World Iceborne is having some new, and actually this is a part of, I guess, them rolling out their content. I guess it's the spring content because they put out a roadmap and it goes all the way up until I think June is like the last bit of content. Scott Steiner in the building. Holla if you hear me.
Goddamn Scott Steiner. Always. He don't like Mustang Hunter that much. So every time he
No,
talks about it,
he's a Digimon fan.
yeah.
He doesn't like Monster Hunter. But so right now for April, there's actually been two things that happened. The first half was the spring event, which was a bunch of free content where like they unlock all of the event quests and present you with new ones. And then because I put up one of the videos where you can upgrade the Assassin's Creed. It's like a hood you put on
Okay.
and you look like Ezio.
Okay.
It's more like his Assassin's Creed outfit.
That's
And it
favorite.
gives you some cool effects in the game, and they upgraded it. So and that was free. So if you had the expansion, so now they're gonna do two more free things, which is a mastering version of Cove Tarov, which is like this big gold. It looks like a dragon wearing a coat.
Okay.
It has giant ram horns and it's all gold, and it shoots fire. Um, but they're actually putting new moves and a different conditions for fighting it because it was actually a really long and boring process before.
Yeah.
So now it's just going to be a one-on-one start from the beginning fighting it, I guess. Um, Hopefully it's not some three-tiered fucking thing. I don't know. Sorry, but because it gets pretty boring. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Um, and then the other thing is that I guess they haven't done this yet. This is the first one. There's a system in the game called Arc Temper that they would do for the post release for the original Monster Hunter World. So they would just upgrade a monster to make it more ridiculous.
Okay.
But in because they did that, they would give you new armor and they would give you new. I don't know if those monsters had new weapons. They had new armor and they actually gave you like tickets for other things. Like some of them had layered armor that you could put on because you beat that thing.
Yeah.
So you could look like more of a badass because you beat this really hard thing. Um, so they're gonna put the first one that is in Iceborne, and it's gonna be for one of the new monsters, which is uh Namiel, which is like this. They have these almost Pokemon like names
Yeah.
because you say a Namiel, you're like, I imagine something feminine, and I'm like, you're kind of right. It looks like purple and pink, but it's got like this black, uh, like a manta ray almost. I
Okay.
guess that's what it is, like a manta ray, but it has four uh legs. It's really weird. Doesn't look like. I mean, it's an original creation, so it is what it is. but I'm assuming it's gonna give you again new armor and some new layer stuff. So once again, more free shit,
Nice.
which is good during these times. So
Especially, yeah.
that should be out, I believe, Thursday, which is the usual update day. When they do any update, they usually do it Thursday at 8 p.m. for America because you know how time works. Japan is already like, oh, how many hours ahead are they? 12?
About 12, yeah.
So they're 12, so they've already gotten the update. So it's 8 in the morning for them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
That'll be
anyway,
interesting.
make sure to look out for that if you play Monster Hunter. If you don't, there's actually some cool stuff that's free
Yeah.
if you just have a PS4 now. Like if you have an account, you don't even have to have Plus. You can get I believe it's the Uncharted collection for free.
Yeah, Uncharted
That
and
one,
Journey.
yeah, and Journey, yes. And that does not require Plus. That's the special thing. It's like,
Yeah.
so
They want your
it's
ass to stay home.
from, yeah, the stay home. It's called part of the Stay Home Initiative, the Stay Home Play, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it's from April 15th to May 5th. So
Yeah, grab
amen.
them.
It's free.
Grab
And they're
them.
pretty good games. There's 3 games in
And
there,
if you
right?
downloaded Uncharted 4 when it was free a couple months ago, then you have
Yeah,
the whole series.
that's true. All on one system.
Talking about games, Streets of Rage 4 finally got a release date
Yeah, no, finally. It's
on
been a long, long
PC,
time.
PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. I actually heard it's going to be on the Game Pass day one on Xbox One.
Is it going to be on Stadia?
Stadia? Nope.
Because apparently, if you have a Gmail address, guess what?
What?
You now have Stadia.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's free.
Cool.
That's it.
You just
I
like,
don't know. Like, I know there is a deluxe version of Stadia. Trust me, I understand that. But as of I think someday last week, they was like, "Yo, if you, hey, you want it, you got it." so, so if you want to buy that controller, you can enjoy the Stadia experience. Now, will Streets of Rage 4 be on there? I don't think so.
no, it's not. It's
I
on
don't think so.
Steam.
So I mean, yeah. So it should be on. If it's on Steam, it's on everything, right? Steam's
Mm,
usually like they're the first ones to get like the big releases now because it's kind of flipped, dude.
yeah.
It's been weird. Like except for things that are exclusive, like Final Fantasy, the Mad games come out on PC, like and first, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, we like it'll be a day ahead or something, but still, it'll be like, what? All right, okay. I'm not talking about like, Microsoft branded
Yeah.
games or anything. I'm talking about like a EA game or something. You'd be like, it's on, because you know how they all fight for the rights for what's the stores now, Steam and the other one,
Steam, Epic.
Epic. Yeah,
Yeah.
like apparently they're having record numbers, and I've never even used that.
Yeah.
Like people is crazy with that. Like Steam's having record numbers. Like this shit is serious, dude.
Yeah. People like PC games. I don't
What's
have
going on?
PC, so I don't.
I wish I had the money for it.
Yeah.
Now's not the time. But oh boy, I'm thinking of looking into that, especially hearing about the crises that might be happening with the consoles. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, there's gonna be shortage of PS5. So far, what it's rumored though more than anything, but it's not gonna be a lot of systems available.
So here's what I propose: all you millionaires, get out there and buy you a PS5 and show us what it looked like. Stop playing games. Y'all the ones with the disposable income.
Yeah.
It's your turn. It's your turn. You want to be on top, Lady Gaga? Yo, I heard people say that concert was whack. Listen, I'm not. I didn't watch it. I'm not judging you. But if you want to be back on top right now, yo, buy a PS5.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Tom Brady, people talking shit about him because he changed teams. Yo,
Well, it's not
buy a
his fault he
PS5.
changed teams.
Buy a PS5. Yo, everybody will love you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not buying it. You
Yeah.
kidding me? I gotta
I'll wait.
eat.
I'm gonna wait to the
I
Spider-Man
gotta
one.
eat.
So that's a
Like,
year or two from now.
yeah, exactly. They saying I was listening to Giant Bomb, the
Yeah.
Beastcast specifically, because they have two podcasts.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that one today. And they were actually saying they were expecting to be like the number projected was 5 million. That's not final. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But if they don't get what they need, 5 million units, that's nothing. And so listen, you need people, y'all need to be feeding yourselves and your families. But you got YouTube, you got Twitch, You got whatever, what is it, Mixer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got your little streaming service. Yo, just let your celebrities play them games. Like in the years following this, when this goes and they find whatever they need to find, either everybody dead or we got a cure. It's just what it is. Hey, you'll be happy that you didn't put yourself destitute. Be like, damn, I'm hungry, but I got a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, just watch. Just watch. And if you're fortunate and you got it like that, yeah, buy it.
I
I want to
actually,
see.
I think
I
the
want to see it.
PS5 should wait until next year.
I think so too. But listen. They want to get out there and they want to do it. They say
Yeah.
if they say 5 million, yo, do it.
Because
Do it.
it's a
I want to
different
see it.
it's kind of a different landscape right now, especially
Hell
going into
yeah.
the next console, especially like with the likes of Game Pass and things like that. It's not gonna be like a huge step into a next generation kind of thing. It's gonna be look pretty, yes, but I think they're gonna rely on the older libraries to help build the console into a better game, to a better to have better games and everything like that. So a lot of the games will take longer, but you have your old stuff that you're able to play.
I think that's going to be definitely helpful if they keep their word about backwards compatibility for PS4
Yeah,
majority. No, it's not 100%, but they said majority. If you keep your word on that and you support the big titles, like there's no reason Final Fantasy VII Remake is not backwards compatible.
yeah,
There is no reason that every first party on Sony is not backwards compatible.
yeah,
If Horizon doesn't work, if God of War doesn't work, if Nathan Drake doesn't work, that's stupid. So
yeah,
that's not going to be the case. So
yeah,
you're going to have the ones that sold the systems on there. Then that's enough.
yeah,
Because you'd be surprised how many people obviously did not buy PS4, but also didn't play those games.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of people who didn't play Horizon.
Yeah, and Horizon is probably one of my favorites on that system.
Yeah.
I personally, honestly, I did not play PS3. Like I didn't have a PS3. I had it,
Mm-hmm.
but I wound up selling it because I just never touched it.
Mm-hmm.
I was more on the 360. So buying the PS4, I went directly for the exclusive. So everything that was out, like Uncharted 4. I actually bought it because of Uncharted 4.
Okay. See, there you go.
Yeah, and then Horizon blew my mind. I love that
And then
game.
Spider-Man. There you go.
And then Spider Man. That's when I bought the brand new Pro.
And then think about that. Like if as long as you got stuff like Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Like, come
Yeah,
on. Day one, it's gonna be all right. It's
yeah,
like so I got the system. I don't have to buy whatever disappointing but pretty new game there
yeah,
is because you know how it is. The ones that don't take the time and they rush out the door to be the first one, you're just gonna be like, damn, you remember that game?
yeah,
Yeah, nobody plays it.
yep.
Remember Killzone?
Oh god,
Yeah, what happened? It looked pretty,
yeah.
but nobody stuck with it. And I don't know the reason because I never bought it. I wasn't really a fan of those. I don't know if you played them.
I played the one on PS2.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? You know the name of it,
yeah.
but you didn't quite follow up with it.
I know they. I
So
know they were. I know they the ones that made Horizon.
exactly, what are they? Gorilla?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they made
See,
Horizon. That's what I know.
so whatever it was that they got from making those games, I'm
Yeah.
sure they got a ridiculous amount of money. But they took that money and they made something else that people still talk about. So
Yeah.
like, it just goes to show you that those first initial batch of games, sometimes it's just like you really don't remember them.
Yeah.
So if you have the classics and the tried and true games that people want, and half of them are free or like $10, you man, listen, you got you an instant fan base. So that's keep your word on that. But like I said, man, have all the rich people buy it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Just
So
stream it.
and yeah, Streets of Rage, April 30th. Pick it up. $24.99.
That
And
better be backwards compatible too. I'm just saying.
available on Game Pass.
And
If
then
you
they also announced the battle mode in the trailer that announced the
Yes.
date it came, which is funny. But it's like they actually I didn't even realize the game was 4 player. I saw it
Yeah.
in the retro one, but it didn't click for me.
Yeah.
But then in this one, they actually show you the screen in the battle mode where you can choose how many players you want or teams,
Yeah.
which is new. I'm like, all right.
That was
And you
cool.
can do 4. I'm like, 2-on-2. I'm like, all right, good. That's
That
cool.
was actually really cool.
And they were doing
I'm actually looking
combos
forward
with
to it. I'm
teammates.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I may get
Uh,
on PS4.
yeah. And they said it has 2-player co-op. That's true. It has
Yeah.
4-player offline and 2-player online.
Cool.
I didn't think it was gonna have online at all, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? Makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
Now, if
Street
only they can
Fighter.
get Scott Pilgrim back online.
Yes, I still have my 360 because of that. The 360, I have Turtles the arcade game, the Simpsons the arcade game, the X-Men arcade game, and Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I have
Yeah,
all those on my 360.
I could only really play the first level of all of those before I get bored, except for Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Like that's the dark secret about all those cool arcade games. Like Turtles, especially, like it gets repetitive. That one,
The
not the
arcade?
Turtles in Time, not
Yeah.
Turtles in Time, not Turtles in Time, and there's a version of that Ubisoft. That one,
Yeah.
that bad port. Oh boy,
Oh, that's
yeah.
the Turtles in Time remake.
No, I
It
know.
was a bad port.
But then the original arcade game is just like it gets to a point where it's mad hard. It's like
Yeah.
I can't. This is a quarter sucker.
Yeah.
That's what this game is.
Yeah, because there's a part that you think you're like almost done, and then it's not. It goes right back to like a warehouse, and then you have to save Splinter as well, and then you go
Hmm.
back into the fucking Technodrome and fight them. Yeah, I can see it being repetitive. Like I love those games because especially when I have people over and shit. That's a fun game to be drunk and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
play.
See, 4-player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Simpsons too, because Simpsons was fucking hard.
yeah. That's another one. But that one, see, my memories are skewed because that one I almost always had 4 players. Like I was lucky, and that people used to love that game,
Yeah.
and they will always play with strangers with that one.
Yeah.
And it was just like you have like 2 little kids and a grown ass man playing with you.
Yep. Yep.
It's like everybody wants to be either Marge or Lisa. All the people who knew how to play the game wanted to be Marge or Lisa because they
Yeah.
had the Donatello, they had the long range.
Yep.
But it was me picking Bart because like, yo, I want to be Bart, man. When I get the superpower,
I always pick
fine.
Homer.
Because he gets the bowling ball.
I just used Homer because he was Homer. I had no reason. I just like Homer. And you were able like to jump on Bart. If you were Bart, you could go on
Yeah, that's the
Homer's back.
team. Yeah, that's a team.
Yeah, I thought
So
that
that
was
was
pretty
fun.
cool. And
But the
then
X-Men one, uh, that's another one. It's really hard.
yeah,
It's hard. That game is so hard. Like I saw the strategy to beat it.
mm-hmm.
You know what it is? Pick Wolverine or a person that has Wolverine's drop kick,
Yeah,
and you just do the drop kick over and over again, and they can't hit you. And if the
yeah,
AI can't handle it, and they can't hit you. But get the downside of it is you do no damage.
yeah.
So it takes like 10 drop kicks to kill one guy.
Oh
That's like,
god,
yo, I can't.
yeah. I'll lose
Otherwise, you
patience
get
and like fuck
superpower.
it.
Mm.
I did
Otherwise, you
play
get
them
dropped.
online a lot. Like the X Men. I think I got all the achievements for the X Men one.
Oh,
Uh,
well, okay.
yeah, I got all the achievements for
That's
that
cool.
one. Turtles was a bitch to get. I think I got most of them. I think I'm missing one, which is something that I have to go back and play, and just pass this one area and I'll get it. Other than that, like I haven't. I gotta get my 360 from my mother's, but yeah, I
Hmm.
have all those for 360.
Okay.
Scott Pilgrim was amazing.
Yeah, it was. That soundtrack is really good.
Yes, it is. And
Whatever
then
happened to that guy? Like he was making a bunch of albums for different games and stuff, and he
yeah,
disappeared. And he had like, I think it was the band that was the name.
yeah,
That was the one that was playing the music. I forgot what it was, but
but we got kidnapped.
that's because of I know the reason we don't have it is because of licensing.
Yeah,
It's because of Ubisoft and somebody else.
yep,
I forgot who it is, but Ubi doesn't have the rights to the game anymore.
yeah.
So, because I know they want to sell it to you.
They want to sell
I
it.
think it's Universal.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a
because
logo
that's
that
it.
pops
Yeah,
up
yeah, because that's
when
their
they come.
movie.
Yeah, damn it, that sucks. I know they did put out a patch for it,
Yeah.
So you could still play it online if you have it, but you can't. There's no new version.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Too bad it never came out physical either.
Really, it didn't.
No.
I didn't know that.
It was a straight digital game.
Wow. Was it a Summer of Arcade game or no?
Yeah, it was.
It
Well,
was.
it was not exclusive though. It
I know it
was.
wasn't exclusive. I know that. I have it on both
Yeah,
systems. That's the other thing. I forgot I had it 2 times.
yeah, and they lost the license 2 years later.
Really, and they never got it back.
Nope.
So, and that's the see. But remember what was so bad about Crash Bandicoot was that they had Crash Bandicoot too, Universal.
Yeah.
Remember?
No,
And then for
Ubisoft owned them.
years, who Crash
No,
Bandicoot?
Activision had them.
I thought it was. Wait, aren't they the same company?
No,
They don't have a. They didn't have a branch.
no.
Oh,
Activision owned Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Skylanders is all Activision.
no, no. That's They owned it when said. I know it wasn't crazy. Universal did own Crash Bandicoot at
Okay.
one point, but Vivendi owned them, and they owned Universal. That's
Okay.
what it was.
Okay.
Because I knew Universal was partnered with another big ass game company. Because I'm like, they have no game division. Why would they own this? So I knew that's what happened, and then that's how we got the game Crash the Titans that
Yeah.
nobody played. And everybody was like, "Yo, that game sucks."
Yep.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Yeah. Vin.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Okay.
So yeah, I knew that's what it was. I'm like, I don't know when it got the right when Sony started working with whoever gave them the
Well,
license.
Activision owns it now.
They own it not really.
They still own it now.
So they bought it from Universal.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Damn man, Crash Bandicoot, you have a. Has anybody done like a deep dive on Crash Bandicoot? That's that's
Probably
interesting.
they probably have. I don't know, but it's a weird. It went weird eventually.
I mean, whoever they said yes to and they wanted to work, I guess. Well, Activision wants that money.
Yeah.
That's why they said, yeah, put out that nice what was it called? Didn't it have a special name, the remakes?
The remix,
Like didn't it have
the
a unique
Insane
title?
trilogy.
Insane Trilogy, thank you. So yeah, they actually let those people make that game. And I'm like,
And the kart races is actually doing
what?
pretty well.
Oh really? People okay. Wait, that came out last year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Did
funny
I
shit is
forgot?
the people that did that game did that the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Really? Wow.
Those are the ones that doing the kart racing game.
Okay.
Shattered
Man.
Dimensions was amazing.
Did they not do two of those?
No, they did a sequel that it
Oh,
featured
they
the
did have.
2099 Spider-Man, but it was in the Shattered Dimension sequel.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Like I know I played the first one, and I remember I didn't finish it, but I played the wasn't the okay. So try to help me with this if I'm in the right order. Was the first stage 2099 or was it the second stage? Because I remember I got to play
First
Noir
stage.
Spider-Man.
First stage was regular Spider-Man.
No, no. After you're him, like not
Um,
not counting the regular one, like of the special ones. Then sorry, I should have said it that way.
I think it
Of the
was.
special
I
ones,
think
was
it
the
was
first special
2099.
one? Yeah, the first special one was 2099, and
Yeah.
his was mostly combat.
Yeah.
And then, well, he had some West Wing too.
Yeah.
Um, but then you got to do the stealth sections with Noir Spider-Man next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what order? Like yeah, yeah. So that's the order I remember it in.
And then
And then when
Ultimate
I got to try
Spider-Man.
it, oh, that's the one I didn't get to play
Yeah, he was
because I
like
didn't
a
finish it.
Venom. He had the Venom suit.
So I didn't get to play that. Okay,
Yeah.
was it good?
It was really good. That was one of my favorites.
Oh,
And
damn.
each voice was a past Spider-Man. Like,
That's
uh,
another thing. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris talked Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Josh Keaton talked Ultimate Spider-Man. Peter something, the one that did the animated series, he talked Noir.
Okay.
And the original voice actor for the Amazing Friend Spider-Man, he talked 2099.
Wow. Okay.
Nolan North played Deadpool. Deadpool was in the game. He was the ultimate Deadpool, which is a sucky Deadpool. So
You said a sucky Deadpool?
yeah, he sucked. I didn't like the
Okay,
ultimate
I don't
Deadpool.
know anything about that one. What does he do?
He was just Deadpool, just like in a pirate looking suit.
Well, he was okay. Wait a second. Was he like the same personality, or he was
Uh,
completely mellow?
he was the same character. He was the same kind of personality. He's just I didn't never like the design of it.
So which one was the one with the? Oh, that's X Force, right? That's a
Yeah,
different one.
yeah,
I like the one with the gray suit. That's cool.
yeah, yeah. He had
That's
like
just a suit.
a he had like I don't know. He looked weird. I didn't like the way he looks.
No, no, but he's not that one, right? He's not the one you're talking about, right?
No,
Okay, cool,
that's
cool.
the X Force one.
Yeah. See, all right. You know what? Not to go on a tangent, but I actually really liked when the X-Men or any superhero team or wrestlers in the stable match their gear.
Yeah.
It makes them seem more important to me. Oh, I've never seen that Deadpool. Never seen that. Wow.
He first appeared in Ultimate Spider-Man in the '90s, 90 issues and 90ish, something like that.
Okay. Wow.
He wasn't good. Anyway, so yeah,
Okay.
that's our video game stuff. Let's get into this Street Fighter the movie
Oh no.
verdict.
So so the supposed to be listen, I'll just put this out here now. Up until that time, the only really constructed um like collection of the Street Fighter character stories that wasn't in like the little booklet
Yeah,
was the Japanese movie that not that many people would have seen.
yeah,
So we were talking about this earlier, and the dates for Street Fighter 2, the animated movie was in January of 1994.
yeah,
That was actually before Street Fighter. Street Fighter came out in America December. So it was out for just a year. So, obviously it didn't have influence because you can't make a movie in that time.
yeah,
Um, but like the reference for what a good Street Fighter story was only that.
yeah,
And to be honest, it's kind of not fair because it was anime, and everybody's gonna say anime was cool. Like because it was more mature,
yeah.
and it wasn't bad.
Let me show
It
Chung
wasn't
these
bad. It wasn't
boobies.
mind blowing. It was just cool. You know what I mean?
Let me show Saw Chung these boobies.
Yeah. But hey, Kim was nigga at the end too. Don't
I don't
forget, they
give
had
a
him in that machine. They made him a bad guy.
Yeah,
They kept that character. I love
yeah,
that. That's Violent Ken. It didn't have a name, but that's what that came from. Like, all right.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that movie was really just cool. It didn't really explain too much. Bison was just evil,
yeah,
and he just had all this stuff. He was just an evil dictator that had mad shit.
yeah,
Um, and so Ryu and Ken did not have this super detailed backstory. They had the bullet points, the family, the wife, or the girlfriend. For Ken, they had the money. You knew he was rich.
yeah,
Ryu, on the other hand, you knew all he did was train.
yeah,
You didn't know shit about his mother, his father. They had something hinting at his parents,
yeah,
but that but they never really went into detail. Um, all you really saw was like the training,
yeah,
because like in the Street Fighter 2 movie. So I'm trying to build a base for you go off. When you get to Street Fighter the movie, it's just from the word go, it's just nothing is as you would expect it. Because the movie for the cartoon, it actually did keep the game's train of thought. I guess
yeah,
all the story beats were there. Ryu was the guy who was the hardworking one, and you see him even if he wins the tournament, he walks away because all he wants to do is fight.
yeah,
He has that theme in the movie. This is the story of Ryu we know. When we see him here, he's he's one of the main characters, not the main character. Um, Surprising amount of screen time, but so like you tend to see that, but it's just like it's not the same thing. He's kind of just following Ken, and then they get roped up into Gauss like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, you have Ken. You hardly know he's rich, but he's more like a Robin Hood,
Yeah.
and they don't like Sagat, but they know Sagat. Like in the beginning, this happens like in the beginning of the movie. It was just
Yeah.
like, so, um, and those are presumably the main characters that everybody's gonna know. The marketing for this movie was all Van Damme.
Yep. Because Van Damme was the star.
Van Damme is the name everybody knows.
Yeah.
So right away, expectations right out the window.
Yeah. Van
It is
Damme
not
plays the
following
all
anything.
American soldier, Guile.
Got with the most Belgium of Belgium accents. Sorry, but sorry, my Belgium listeners. I don't know anything about the difference between that and what is it? Because if you can't just say French, you can't
Yeah.
just say French. They're different people. But listen, in my 1990s brain, he was just some French guy. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it was at the
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
how do you do that? How do you have the main character, the most American of American men, be played by somebody who has the most thick accent ever?
You know who would have been great as Guile, like in a
Anybody
nowadays
else?
movie? No, no, like in a
You
nowadays movie.
okay? Okay.
John Cena.
Yeah, why not? Okay, let's do it. Let's do
John
it.
Cena.
Somebody get Johnson. And he got that. He got that Street Fighter 4. That big head guy. That big
Yeah, he's like
broad
brolic
face
for no
chin.
reason.
Yeah, yeah. He's like a mountain. Fucking.
Yeah. But yeah, so the
Shit.
casting of this movie.
I mean, listen. They spent money,
Yeah.
but they spent money on people they wanted to talk.
Yeah.
That is the main thing you notice. Everybody who they gave lines to is an established and well-known actor or actress.
Yeah.
Van Damme, Raul Julia, Ming-Na Wen, uh, and the guy Wes Studi, who
Yeah.
was Sagat. They had like the most lines. Like Sagat was a major player. Well, Ryu and Ken to some extent they
There
did,
were
but they were
side
more like
characters.
action. They had like action guy
Yeah.
lines. Chun Li was literally reporting everything and then giving exposition, and then like she was a character too. Like she
Yeah.
was a lot of things in the movie.
Yeah. Chung Li was
Um,
really. I think if I had to like choose like between Chung Li and Raul Julia's performances, this is what made this movie entertaining.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Chung Li, honestly, every time I see her, she's always Chung Li to me. She will always be Chung Li to me.
I This is the first movie that put into perspective because of the fact that she played Mulan,
Yeah.
and then she's one other person. Who else
She's
is
in
she?
Agents of Shield.
No, there's another like there's a trifecta of like she has three roles that are all like historically badass Asian females,
But she's
and
pretty
she's all of
badass.
them.
She is pretty
No,
badass
I
in
get it, but like it's kind of cool. It's all the same woman.
Ming Na Wen.
So you can say
Uh,
she's Chun Li, she's Mulan, and then like she's like one other person. I think it was something else, like either a historical movie or something that she played, and I
um,
can't remember. And it was just like she has like a huge. She got clout.
yeah.
She got clout. Is what I'm trying to say. Like damn.
She was in the
Um.
Joy Luck Club.
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't that the thing that made her famous?
Yeah, that was like she won a award for that movie.
Yeah. Oh, that might be it. I might just be thinking about the award she won. So
Yeah,
listen,
because the other thing I know her is the Agents of Shield. She's pretty badass in Agents of Shield.
this is true. Unfortunately, I could honestly say I've never seen the episode. Not because I didn't want to, because
Yeah,
wasn't it on regular television?
yeah, on Channel 7.
That's the reason why, because I don't have regular television.
Yeah,
So I could.
it's
So
all on Netflix now.
it is.
Yeah, the
Oh
whole
shit.
series.
Wow. Well, they have to get in line with
Everything else you
Power
got.
Ranger TL
How you liking
and
that?
Old Ranger.
Yeah,
They're both better than season 3 of Power Rangers. Let me tell
everything
you.
is better than season 3 once you pass
But
that.
I'll be honest, Old Ranger is so much better than
Oh,
every.
yeah. Old Ranger
Wow,
was
that's
good. The Red
good.
Ranger is such a good character.
Such a bad. At least even the montage at the end, he's out there training. They're all like fighting and shit.
Yeah,
Like, damn, son.
I like the song.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always
yeah.
like the
Old Ranger.
endings, except for the current one, the Giga Ranger. I don't like the ending song. It's like a country song.
Mm,
That's
okay.
kind of weird. Anyway, back to Street Fighter the movie. Came out
94 in
1994,
December,
December 23rd, a
end of
Christmas
the year.
movie.
Like, go take your kids to see it. Also, that's another thing I got serious vibes watching this. This was a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
It has sound effects for people punching and hitting that weren't regular sound effects.
Yeah.
There's a part, maybe like halfway through the movie, when no, maybe like 2/3 in. This is the biggest offender. It happens earlier in the movie,
Yeah.
but it's not egregious. When Balrog, when they're escaping towards the end, and Balrog winds up his punch, you hear the sound of a jet, the sound of
Yeah.
an engine.
Yeah.
He punches the guy. And I'm like, if you didn't know before, you know now. This is a fucking kids movie.
Yeah.
Um, that's that's really evident. A lot of the lines, very simple dialogue.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like depth to the storytelling in this movie at all. They just go from everything is this is what I'll say about Street Fighter the movie. This is the most convenient set of events that ever took place. Nobody got any time to do anything right. Shit just fell into their lap.
Yeah.
Ken and Ryu were in the den trying to get weapons off the street, stealing from Sagat, so they entered his underground fight ring. This is what This is what happens in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they established Bison in the absolute beginning as being this super. Every news station's talking about him. He's the thing on television. He's the Kim Jong whatever of today, right?
Yeah.
Everything's gonna talk about him, except he's actively violent. So that's a little bit more extreme. Like he's like Saddam, maybe the level
Yeah.
of like how they portrayed him as being dangerous.
Yeah.
Um, so that's like we know that. We know that. There's this guy. There's this crazy dictator in a red, I don't know what that is. A red onesie played by Raul Julia, and he's so megalomaniac. He's like he's nothing short of a comic book villain. He's nothing short of being like the most over the top theatrical, like crazy person you've ever seen. Everything is to a 10 with Bison. Um, and nobody ever questions him, and I love it because he can kill you because you find out very early he's super strong. But from the word go, everything just happens to fall in place because guys like we can't find him, and
Oh,
then Kenny
before we
Ryu
go,
goes to
wait, wait, wait.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry. One thing I'm gonna say this, and this is the description I gave you in the movie before we even went into this movie. That I said this could be easily a GI Joe movie, right?
Yes.
So I just found out, and I'm looking at the toy line that came from this movie.
Oh yeah.
It's GI Joes,
Yes, it is.
and I
Yes, it
feel
is.
like this is what happened. The director saw that GI Joes had Street Fighter toys, took the storyline from the GI Joe box card, and that's the story of this damn movie.
Oh, you know what? You ain't wrong. You're not wrong. That is probably yeah. If you told me that's how it happened, I'd believe it.
Yo,
I
like
definitely
I just while you were, I was just like, yo, didn't the Street Fighter like the toys came out? And I like no, the movie had toys,
yes, it did. I
and Van Damme
had
is on it.
Guile. I had Guile and Bison. I did not have Blanca. He scared me. I saw Dawson, and I never saw Ken and Ryu. Ken and Ryu. He's Ryu in this movie. This is the American
Ryu,
pronunciation. Ryu.
Ryu.
Um,
Yeah, so that's what I just had to get off my chest
yeah.
with this
I
movie.
it makes but you saying that and then you bring up the figures, it makes so much more sense.
I don't think Ryu
It's
and Ken had
paced.
figures.
That's why they didn't. Okay.
So someone has a full set. And the Honda is a bunch of
Honda.
Guiles.
Okay.
There's like six Guile figures, seven Guile figures.
Different colors?
Yeah, different like costumes and shit.
Wow,
There's a
that's crazy.
Dalsim. There's a Vega.
I think I had Vega. He was
Yeah,
my
that's
favorite one.
fucking
He was
crazy.
my favorite one.
All right, so you know what? We go more back into the movie. Like that was just a little slight distraction because I was just thinking about it. And again, the movie was a GI Joe movie.
Just
I
reminded me. Okay, okay, hold on. Because you mentioned that era of figures, that was around when I was actually still like going myself and getting figures.
yeah
And the one thing I remember was they took that line and they repurposed it for GI Joe later because it was Hasbro. Now, this I don't know if you remember this one because we talked about it a while ago. You remember when they introduced a bunch of new ninjas
yeah
into the toy lines
yeah.
and they had a bunch of different
The
colors?
Ninja Squad.
So there was a purple, like it was purplish pink.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one. He had a mask and he came with a claw. They just reused Vega to make him.
Was his name like Slice or some shit? It was
I
some
think
like
it was
really
like it was something
generic shit
very
like
simple.
that.
It was something very simple.
Yeah.
And you just reminded me, holy shit. I had both of them, but
Yeah.
I Vega broke. His claw broke. I was like, oh, he's not Vega if you don't have his claw. Ah,
I
which is
remember
another thing.
I
Which is
remember
another thing.
the
Which is another. Hmm?
no, I remember the Ninja Squad. Like I think I forgot the name of it, but it was something Ninja Squad or some shit like
And
that.
I remember there was the good guys and the bad guys. The good guys had like desert dust, I think was one of them.
Yeah.
One was like dust. Yeah, I'm thinking the same one. There was a desert guy. There was another Storm Shadow, and there was the good guy. There was a good guy Storm Shadow
Yeah, it was
that had a hood.
I had Storm Shadow and I had Snake Eyes of these figures.
And yeah, still the Storm
I
Shadow
found
wasn't
them.
wasn't the white one. It was the white. He had white, black, and gold. I had that one. He had a hood,
The
and then
Shadow
there was
Ninjas.
that's what it's called. That's the
Yeah.
line. Okay.
I'm looking at it and I think I just found the character you had.
I had all of them.
You had
I
all of
think I
them, so yeah, I found it. And he was purple. Yeah, I found him.
unfortunately. Yeah, that's the same. I see. I didn't have the girl. I just had the ninjas. I didn't
Yeah.
have. Oh, who's that black dude? He looks terrible. Wow. Thank you
90s
for taking me
toys.
down that trip down memory
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Um, but hold on, because this all still pertains to this movie. That level of commitment to not doing your best translates to this movie.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough because okay, what I was going on my rant about the movie being a series of unfortunate of coincidence
Yeah.
of the best most consecutive coincidences ever was just that almost every time you hear somebody come up with a plan, they just cut to the next scene and there's no time in between. The plan just happens. So you go from let's see, the biggest example is okay, in the beginning, they established Bison, they established the rivalry between Bison and Guile on television, right?
Yeah.
He grabs they start with Chun Li with the report. They have Bison and he Guile takes the thing from her when she interviews him and starts taunting him on television. Bison takes over the airwaves and they're like, "Yo, what the?" And they establish Chun Li and they show Honda and Balrog in the truck. So can't miss him. Honda's the big guy, and Balrog has the sharpest hairline in movie history. It's sharper than Blade.
It's
Yo,
a bad hairline.
it looks like a steak.
He had a bad wig on or something.
A vampire killing steak. It looks, it's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
How they mangle my boy's hairline like that?
Yo, how are
Um,
these figures so expensive?
I bet they would
I,
be. I
I
bet.
just looked on eBay. I was like, you know what? I kind
I
of
bet
want
they would
a
be.
Van Damme one.
This is all like actually mid 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like $50 each.
You know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. You know it would be.
Yeah.
Shit. Don't get that figure. Wait it out, man. Wait it out. Shout outs to Broski. Waited
If
out.
it was cheaper, I think I would have. If I could
I
get like the
would,
whole
because I'm
set for
looking at
like
the
40
pictures of them.
bucks.
I'm looking at the pictures of them posed. They do
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah, they're GI Joe, so like that's what's
They do
fine.
look cool.
I had those when I was a kid. I
But see,
honestly,
this
I
was.
probably still do.
But see, this is like. I'll be honest. This
Yeah,
was like. This was like. It felt for me at that point with those figures. That was like what I always wanted with Marvel, and that Marvel Legends hit that spot.
yeah,
But years later.
yeah,
It's just unfortunate that GI Joes was so small,
yeah,
but they had all that articulation and shit. And
yeah,
then the Ninja Squad, a lot of them they changed the waist.
yeah,
So there's a Storm Shadow, not Storm Shadow. There's a Snake Eyes in that set that doesn't have the ball waist,
yeah,
so he can't break the waist.
yeah.
But you can break the leg,
Yep.
and I broke the leg. God damn it. Because he had an action in the leg.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. He squeezed the leg. He does an action.
I
And
hated
his leg,
those.
bro.
I hated those
His
toys.
leg, bro.
Like the karate chop action, shit like that. I always hated those things because they break
Yeah.
fast.
Yo, did you ever buy the?
Fucking Gambit was the worst.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yo, I was trying to get the name out of my mouth. The Toy Biz Gambit.
So I'll tell you a little history of that toy. To this day, I have never seen someone actually have a fully standing Gambit.
I have one. I have one.
Yeah,
I have one. You know why? You want to know why?
is in the case.
Because there was another set that remade that same figure, but the mechanism worked.
Okay.
So there's a Gambit that has shiny legs.
Okay.
So you know how the original one has that dull ass plastic
Yeah.
and that really fake plastic coat that tears up immediately when you open it.
Yeah.
If you ever take it off, it's gone. It's gonna
Yeah.
disintegrate. Don't try to put it back on. So they remade that figure for another like 2-pack. He came with Rogue,
Yeah.
and that one the leg works.
Okay.
And I still have it somewhere in a big ass bin. But
Yeah.
man, it exists. Not
Yeah.
that original one though.
No.
Fucking
I've
once you
never
open
seen
it,
Yeah.
yeah. Once
And,
you open it,
and then it had like a fucking like it felt like a fruit roll up kind of jacket. Yeah.
yeah, so it's
It was
a
terrible.
brown. It was a brown fruit roll up.
Yeah.
What flavor is that? Shit.
Caramel.
Oh no, don't get Shaq to say caramel.
Caramel. Oh man. Anyway, get back to this. Let's get back to this.
Listen,
Verdict of
this
this
movie's
movie.
not good.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I love this movie,
Yeah.
but I like bad movies. I'm a fan of Nicolas Cage and not even his good movies. I like
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I like damn it. I always reference the movie with him and Hayden Christensen, but I can't remember the name. But like there's a bunch of movies where he's just a crazy character.
Yeah.
I like the movie Rage that I just saw randomly on Netflix
Yeah.
like a while ago. It was Lord.
So-
It comes with a little car with Van Damme. Holy shit. This should be the cover for the movie.
Oh,
That's
man.
Sonic Boom Guile.
Sonic
Wow.
Boom Guile.
Yo, why does he come with an axe, son? And they all come with that knife, that big Chinese
Yeah.
knife.
The big blade
Why
and shit.
Yo, why they always come with that knife?
Yeah, this movie, like again, like I will say, if this title was GI Joe and not Street Fighter movie, I think I would have liked it more.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Instead of trying to go through it,
Yeah.
I'll just try to give you the reasons again why I said the events were so fortunate.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll try to keep them in order. Hopefully I don't mess them up. So we established they looking for Bison, right? They need a lead. So then they flash over immediately to Ryu and Ken fighting in a pit fighter stage,
Yeah.
which is actually Vega's stage,
Yeah,
which is question mark Sagat stage because he's there.
yeah,
It's like they're pretending to be weapons dealers,
yeah,
but Sagat already has history with Ryu because this is post Alpha and they acknowledge the cut on the chest.
yeah,
And so they go from that and them trying to steal weapons from Sagat because Ken is Robin Hood. I don't know why they're in Thailand though. Well, no. Ken dragged them to Thailand to steal weapons from Sagat. That's what his plan was. I don't. What? What's wrong? And Ken is a thief.
yeah,
If you notice about this entire movie, he's always taking stuff.
yeah.
He's a fucking thief. uh, and it's just like, so we got that part established, and then Guile just bust through the door. Like, oh, there was a funny part where they thought they were stealing guns and they were stolen like Nerf weapons,
Yeah.
and they had this fight scene. They beat up all of Sagat's henchmen.
Mhm.
Um, that was pretty funny. It was all right.
Yeah.
But then before Vega and Ryu fight, I guess for their lives, because they got caught eventually, and they're all right, we're gonna have a first Street Fighter match, and it's Vega versus Ryu, and then they have this long ass pageantry, like 5 minutes of just showing Vega in the ring, this back and forth between them, this weapon exhibition, and then Vega getting scared, and it was kind of funny. Um, and then as soon as they're about to fight, Guile busts into the wall. And he says, "Everybody, you're under arrest." So he arrests everybody.
Yeah.
Ryu and Ken are arrested. Sagat and Vega are arrested. Like the most convenient thing, but then you find out they using him to get to Bison. Um, they had a cool part with the jailbreak.
Yeah.
Like they're all there. They're trying to look for candidates. It's like um they need a strategy to find Bison because he's crazy and nobody's gonna stop him. But he's kidnapping like diplomats and stuff, so you got to stop him. Um, and he kidnapped his friend. That's the main reason that guy was like super concerned.
Yeah.
His friend was, I guess, in that platoon, the last platoon that got captured. Um, they showed Bison kill most of them in one grab. He just grabbed them and snapped their necks in the most bootleggedest fashion. It's a thing of beauty.
Like he had no effort. Yeah.
No, ha, ha. He said, yeah, it was hilarious though. They did this Street Fighter thing because he's like, come, I will face you in combat.
Yeah.
It's just like Jesus. But they established he's super strong.
Yeah.
Um, that was so corny. Oh Lord.
I so then
But
he
here's the piece. Carlos Blanca. You go ahead. I'm just gonna
so
say
so
Carlos
he
Blanca.
he met Carlos it was Carlos Vargas or Carlos it was
No,
Carlos
Blanca.
Blanca. It
His
was
name is
Blanca.
Carlos Blanca.
Oh god.
No, Raul Julia. He said Carlos Blanca.
Carlos Blanca.
That's what he
And
called it.
Charlie, huh? Like I have never met a person in my life named Carlos is known as Charlie.
Yeah, and he picked that up off a guy saying Charlie once.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, we're going to look for you. Yeah, we're coming, and then that was it. So he got Charlie from Carlos. How?
Yeah.
I don't know. So then
Because
he
he
took
looked
him
at
and
him.
experimented.
He
He
was
made him a super
concerned.
soldier.
Yep.
Which turned out to be Blanca, which is not how he had. Let's now see. We can go into that. That's a
Yeah.
whole other can of worms because Blanca has no real explanation.
Yeah.
It's just that in the video game up to the time they said his plane he was on a plane, the plane crashed in the Brazilian jungle, and he was raised by eels. That's weird.
I don't know.
That's fucking weird.
I
Don't
don't-
that? That's already so. If you tell me, you're gonna have to make a story for that man, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
It's
So
like I don't know. He already has a shitty story as it is.
yeah,
So no
so
matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna have a shitty story for Blanca.
he's just
Like how his hair is orange? I don't know. How
he
he
was once
green?
human. There's no
Because
it's it,
the eels like died on him. Like they just like he just got camouflaged because
it
the
just
color of the
says he
eels.
mutated, resulting in his green coloring and his ability to generate electricity.
Yeah.
Blanca was generally well received by critics and fans. That tells me nothing. Because I remember in the little instruction booklet it mentioned the eels, and that was the thing people would make
Yeah.
fun of. But like he still to this day, I'm sure in the Udon comics there's some very elaborate explanation for his
They go
thing,
more
but,
into
like,
it, more into how he got abandoned and what made him kind of mutated. It was like there was like a mutation or some shit that happened to him when he got crashed.
was it a mutagen? Does that is like
I
a Street
think it was a
Fighter
Shadow Law
universe
thing.
version?
I don't remember it like 100%, but I know that the fact that when it got hit, there was they have a story of his origin.
That's it.
I can guarantee. I don't know the story. I didn't read it.
Oh Lord, don't dig into his history.
No.
You want to learn some dirt? Well, did you know that Blanca emerged as an early design as an African man named Anabibi,
I would not be surprised.
who was raised by a lion?
Yeah. I could
So
see
that's
it
his
because the
origin.
main.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I could see it. I want that character. Bring him in. Oh man. So
Okay, so hold on.
yeah.
So to elaborate, they said after Final Fight, Capcom approached Street Fighter with different designs, Street Fighter 2 rather, and it said one of them included a masked wrestler modeled after Tiger Mask and a ninja style warrior. So I know the Ninja Warrior they kept that.
Mhm.
Well, I imagine it's the same guy from one. They probably were just gonna have him in the game again,
Yeah.
and they didn't put him in there because that's technically Vega. He's the
Yeah.
ninja.
Yeah.
Um, so I can see, but Tiger Mask never threw himself at people like a ball
Yeah.
or scream like that. Like so, that's yeah. They just it's the African man and a BB.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
So yeah, I if I could find a picture of that, oh my
Yeah.
lord.
And then the doctor that was like fucking with Blanca
Oh, you mean Dawson? You
Dawson.
mean Dr. Dawson?
Dr. Dawson. How
Who
convenient.
I don't know why he was there in the first place. They don't explain why he was there in the first
He was
place.
captured.
Was he captured?
Yeah, because he had
Oh,
like
okay.
a sickle, like a handcuff on him and shit.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
But because the Bison did mention his loyal scientists, and there was
Yeah.
just like three other scientists working with no fucking. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
They were turning that man into a mutant, whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, they made him do that. So Dawson is a scientist with the biggest nose ever.
Yep.
You can see inside his nose from sideways. That makes no sense. He's
Yeah.
staring straight ahead, and I can see in his nose. That makes I can see his brain. Stop it, dude. Put your head down. Um. So yeah, they the thing about this movie that I'm saying is really bad is a lot of the camera work, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that because they do these quick cut scenes that just pans to a character's face. Now, 90% of the time, they have an appropriate like look on their face because they're doing it at the right time,
Yeah.
but it's too many.
Yeah.
And then there's a point towards the end of the movie where they do it and the face isn't even reacting to anything.
Yeah. It's
It's
just
like
like
they just gave up.
yeah.
And that happens with Dawson. That happens with Blanca. That happens with Bison early on. That happens with Guile early on. That happens with Chun Li. Yo, we can't. My favorite scene is the what part are we up to? 'Cause I don't want to skip too far ahead.
We're pretty in the beginning. They pretty much go to jail.
We get to go
They
to
do
jail.
they
They
do
have to
the
fight.
get jailbreak out. Bison captures
Oh yeah,
Charlie.
the Charlie thing happened before that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
The breakout.
then you kind of get introduced to Chung Li's character, where she was a news reporter, and then her cameraman and her crew was E Honda and
Did
Borog.
you? There was a scene where was told to go in the truck. She basically mugged Honda and then just hopped in their truck and stole their shit
Yeah.
and was just using their computer to track down Bison. I'm like, Jesus. All right. Also, can I was saying I always bring up this movie in reference to Kylie Minogue, but I'm like, damn, she really is in a lot of this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, all the people who are characters, that's one of the things you can't really say. They're not in the movie. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
standing right there. But some of them are just standing right there.
Yeah.
But she has lines. She
Yeah.
talks. She's basically like his secretary for
Yeah.
most of the movie though.
Yeah.
Um uh so we got to the part where he said they had the jailbreak. They didn't tell us this part, which was kind of cool. They had Ryu and Kim. You saw them hatch their plan
Yeah.
to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny. It was like they was on the back of the school bus.
Yeah.
So the guy was like, "Hey, give me the keys. He's like, forget about our past. Give me the keys. He's like, I could get you out of town. And he's like, all right, fuck it. And so they had their little plan to escape. They gave the keys to Sagat and Vega. I love how Vega was just silent.
Yeah,
He's just this shit. But he always had expressions on his face that were appropriate. I
yeah,
will give him that. And then they had this whole fight scene where they're trying to flee and everything and escape from the base. And Ken is off the side of the truck, and Guile is like trying to stop the truck from escaping. He's shooting at it, and they shoot down Guile dead. Bang. Ken shoots Guile. So right away, they throw you a curveball. You're like, yo. And they wait a while, but it's not what it seems. Going back and having known what it was, I thought that was all right. Like
yeah.
I wasn't mad about it. I don't think
Um,
I understood it as a kid.
yeah. This one had like really weird pacing. Like they kind of went to to shit, and then you had to kind of see what was going on, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, that's what's going on.
And it's just like no explanation.
Yeah,
I mean, they explain it after the fact. They continue on. Chun-Li's there. Cammy's like, get an ambulance. Call an ambulance. Come pick up your people.
yeah,
Um, so he's pronounced dead on TV. Bison thinks he's dead. He's like, oh, I wanted to fight him in Mortal Kombat.
yeah. I had Mortal Kombat.
No, he didn't really say Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
He said something more dignified than that.
He
I
gets
just
Sagat. I know he gets Sagat and Vega back, and then he kind of talks to Sagat and like offering him more money for more of the
yes.
weapons and stuff like that. And then he
So
showed.
then
That's when he
yeah,
first
he
showed
goes.
him the Bison Bucks.
Yeah, that's when they had the. Oh no, they go to the
Yeah.
the. See, this movie is
See,
ridiculous
this was
because it
before.
just
This was
goes.
before that. That scene that they were all together in that party and shit like that. This was in the headquarters, and he was telling him that, all right, we'll see what weapons you get, and that's when they go into that. But this one, he's just like showing. This is the first time he showed him the money, and
And they show
fucking
him the weapons too. They're
yeah,
sitting at a table, like they're having. See, there's a lot of things that happen in this scene
yeah,
though, because you forgot the part where Chun Li was the ninja.
yeah.
You skipped the
That
Chun Li
was like
ninja
slightly
because
before after this part.
no, when they're all at the gathering chilling,
No, this was before the gathering. This was in
so
the
they're in the
headquarters.
headquarters.
Yes. This is the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
time they showed the Bison Bucks. This is he was talking about his plan of how he wants to make Bison Topia or whatever the fuck it was called.
Oh, he didn't know. He didn't show them the money. He showed them the vision.
Yeah, the vision. And then
He
but
had the
he
speech.
offered him more money and he was like, every Bison Buck is gonna be he actually explained the Bison
No,
Bucks.
he didn't tell him that until they sat at the table.
Huh?
That part he didn't say until they
Okay.
sat at the
So I
table.
remember him and Saget had a discussion about Bisotopia.
So yeah, no, the Bisotopia part is the next part we're up to, where Bison has this really passionate speech that upon watching it now, Raul Julia was acting his ass.
Yeah.
I bought it. So he's in front of like this little diorama, and he's saying he's not crazy.
Yeah.
That's what it was because they called him crazy because Chun Li called him crazy on TV,
Yeah.
and it was like I'm not crazy. I just want everybody to, and he was listing off these things, and he's like living this utopia.
Yeah.
But it was called, I think, Bisonopolis.
Bisonopolis or some shit like that. It was some fucking
Yeah,
stupid shit.
and he said, I think he said Pax Bisonica. I want everyone to live under Pax Bisonica,
Yeah.
referencing something I still don't know what that exactly that means. Um, so again, he was passionate, but then he didn't. That's when Sagat asked for more money, and he said yes.
Yeah.
So he didn't explain to him then
Oh,
what it
yeah.
was because Sagat didn't see the money yet.
Okay.
That was when they were just chilling there, and that's when he went to go get the guns. And then they had the
Yes.
next see again. The next thing seen is Ninja Chun Li.
Yeah.
She's now we find out she's an undercover cop. They're all undercover cops. Her, Balrog, and Honda
Yeah.
are undercover cops, and she's like determined to get him. She doesn't exactly tell you yet why she wants to get him.
Yeah.
Um, but you see she's super serious about it and
Yeah.
willing to break into the what's the equivalent of the UN? It's called like the GNT or something like that.
Yeah.
GNL, I think.
I forgot the name of it. It was like that's pretty much what the company they were working for. It
Yeah,
was like a
it was like
military.
NATO. It was like
Yeah.
yeah, the world's fighting force or something
Yeah.
basically.
It was like a UN like government team kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shit.
basically.
And yeah, she ninjas her way into
She had the
the
badass ninja outfit though.
yeah, she did.
She had the sleeves. Like I was like, yo, how she got the little things that go over your thumb too? All
Yeah.
right.
So she gets in there and she sees the dead body. She lifts it up. She sees he's dead. She puts it back, and then that's when he raises up and then takes the fucking fake bullet thing off her
Now,
chest.
now, now, here we go with the most convenient shit in the world. She wasn't even looking for him.
Yeah.
She was looking for something else. She was looking for evidence. She had the little monitor in her hand. She was
Yeah.
looking for something else. And she just so happens to see his body. And he
Yeah.
gets, you mean to tell me he was laying there the whole time waiting for her to come looking for whatever it was she was looking for?
He's sleeping.
Yo, come on. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Again, this movie is just convenient. I'm gonna bring these up every time they happen. I'm gonna bring it up. How the
Yeah.
hell that happened? So she magically goes in the room while he's still laying down there, all because it's nighttime. He got shot in the daytime, dude. Come on, he was laying there for like 4 hours. Oh god, this movie is ridiculous. Uh, so they have that scene. She explains she wants Bison's head.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no personal vendetta. And then they have the lamest character, T-Hawk, come in.
Mm-hmm.
This man has so much screen time, and he was just standing there like a bump on a log. He's just like this tall, lanky dude, but he's constantly put as like a muscle guy.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he's like, "Come on, man, you gotta come, you gotta go." And then there's a part earlier with Cammy where he's like, "Hey guys, they're looking for you." Like he's talking with authority and shit. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's a fucking that guy's the guy that he's a dweeb and he got power and now he's a dick. You could tell.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so lame. I didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
Apparently he don't know how to fight though.
Yeah.
So whatever. Um, so at the end he throws some pretty clean looking uppercuts. Oh, this movie sucks.
So
This movie
she
is so bad.
yeah. So pretty much Chung Li gets away.
Yeah, yes. Oh yeah, she action rolls out of the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah, yeah. She actually and they're
She
like
dives through a window.
and then he was like, "What a woman."
Yo. Oh, you hear T-Hawk say,
Yeah.
"What a failure."
Yeah.
He's like a dork. It's like, because she got away from them.
Yeah.
Him and Cammy had butterfingers and she got away.
Yep. Eating too much popcorn.
What a shame.
Then it goes into that scene,
The scene,
the party.
the gangster caravan. They had like a little. It looked like something out of Assassin's Creed, where
Yeah.
like the bad guys hang out.
Yeah.
They're all just selling weapons there. It's basically like, your typical Middle Eastern stereotypes
Yeah.
with suits on, trying to sell missiles and stuff.
Yeah, like it's so much Middle Eastern shit when this place is supposed to be Thailand.
Thailand. It's
I'm
like,
like,
yo, what?
what?
Yo.
Do you not know where you're at?
Oh god.
So these are the inconsistency of what the fucking movie was, and it's like you know where
They
you're
had
at, right?
didn't they have camels? It looked like there was a camel stand.
It was like a Middle Eastern party and shit like that with belly dancers and shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, isn't this Thailand?
Okay. Wait, remember this. What was the last scene we just saw? Chun-Li bursting out of a window.
Yeah,
So they went from Chun-Li bursting out of a window to Chun-Li in a dancer outfit.
I actually enjoyed that.
I didn't listen. I'm not going to be mad about what I saw. But you see what I'm saying? Where this movie is just the most
Yeah.
everything is convenient. She just happened to get right there at the right time to be there for the show for Bison. Oh my god, this movie! Oh, it makes me so mad sometimes. It's like, did you guys just you ain't take a break for nothing?
Yeah.
No, it's just we got to go. You got to go. Like the thing about movies, typically, especially when you have movies like that have different characters, because this movie does it, but it doesn't because it goes back and forth with the characters, right?
Yeah.
It goes back between Ken and Ryu and Sagat and Vega, which is like a whole plot line. It has Chun-Li and her two reporters. Like they have a whole thing. They're always together.
Yeah.
They have Guile, T-Hawk, and Cammy, and they're always on screen together. Like 99% of the movie. When one of them is on screen, the other one's on screen.
Yeah.
So then they just jump instead of doing something where they go from Ken and Ryu's perspective, they just jump to the next scene where they're there, and then Chun Li and Balrog and Honda are there. And it's just like, what the? Come on!
Yeah.
No, there was the most unnatural transition, and so she's basically trying to charm people, but she's infiltrated
Yeah.
the hidden. I don't know what the fuck the cartel meeting
Yeah.
between Bison and Sagat, because they're sitting at tables like like sultans
Yeah.
looking at weapons. They pass it to. I love how I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but the guy that plays Zangief, he's so good at looking stupid.
Yeah.
Very handsome man with an immaculate beard. I will give him credit
Yeah.
all day. His beard was on point. But yo, he did the best blank expressions I've ever seen. When they were passing the guns around, the first guy, he expects it for real. Zangief takes it, turns it upside down, and then gives to the next person.
Yeah.
He just he doesn't even know what he's doing. I'm just like, I love it. And he's sitting next to Sagat. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is this guy who's so high up on the chain sitting next to you? He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's just a dummy. Um, and then you see like they check out the guns and stuff. That you see like they're heavy duty because that was a assault rifle with a grenade launcher on it.
Yeah.
Um, so Chun Li has her magic shell where she gets chopped in the barrel and then comes out of the ceiling.
Yep.
They go away. They clap them off. They check the weapons. Um, Ken gets Chun Li's eye, or vice versa, and he's like, "Dude," he says to see it to Ryu. She digs me. He's like, "Whatever." Then Ryu tries. This was funny. Ryu starts to have like a philosophical moment.
Yeah.
And Ken just walks away. Apparently, to have mystery sex with this woman, you don't know who she is in a villain hideout.
I kind of
Come
did the
on,
same.
y'all. Yo, Ken's making all types of bad decisions.
Yep. Yep.
And then appropriately so, she knocks him out and ties him to a pole. So,
Yep.
and then Ryu follows, he gets ganked. Same thing. They find out the truth, they let him go. But you never saw the scene where they planted the bug.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to that soon because they're like, oh, when they get back to the meeting, it blew up. That's when freaking another really good scene. This is where, like you said, Mark, Bison shows got the money.
Yeah.
He opens it up and it's Bison dollars. And then he goes, every Bison dollar will be worth 5 English pounds. He just looks at him like, you're crazy. Oh God. And so they're about to scrap. Then the meeting's gonna blow up. Kenny Ryu, come on. They're like, they get yoked up by each side. Bison's about to snap Ryu's neck. He's like, you dare to interrupt our meeting? He's like, there's spies among us. And he's like, where? Awkward pause. And then just so happens to be the device that Chun-Li planted.
Yeah.
Just so happened. And that saved everybody. And then this is one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie is they look at the truck, the video of Chun-Li and her two friends,
Yeah.
Honda and Balrog, about to blow up a truck full of his stuff. But by blowing it up, she's gonna ram the truck into them
Yeah.
and kill them all. Dude, she was crazy.
Yeah.
She was hell bent on revenge.
Yep.
And at this point, she thinks Ken and Ryu are with them, so she's got to kill all of them motherfuckers.
Yep.
And then they're watching the truck on the monitor, and then they look out the tent door, and they can see the truck coming. And then Zangief looks back at the monitor. Quick, turn the channel. They look at it for a second, and then look at him, and I'm just like, what? And I'm like, oh my God, yo, he's my favorite character, man. You can't be that stupid.
He's a dumbass.
Oh, this is such a kid's movie. I'm telling you. It's so many really, really dumb things that happen.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. There's so many jumps in logic. And nothing ever like lets you doubt the situation.
Yeah.
you don't have to say everything that happens, but the notable things that I call very convenient is the moment that Guile creeps into the base at the end.
Yeah,
He immediately finds Blanca.
yeah,
He comes up in the lab.
yeah,
I thought it was supposed to be a giant complex. The first place he ends up is to confront his fucking his friend who got kidnapped. I'm
yeah.
like, this movie is too convenient.
And he went to kill him,
It's
and then Dawson was like, "No,
no,
you, you,
yeah. He said, help me.
yeah,
He did this shit for RoboCop.
yeah,
Help me. Don't touch me, man. So yeah, guy pulls out a gun and is gonna blow Blanca's brains
yeah,
out to end his suffering. Yo, they don't even have a good resolution. Yo, what is wrong with Dawson? They just die.
yeah,
They just curl up in a ball and die. You could have let him shoot his friend.
yeah."
At least he would have
No,
felt the
he
blow.
survives. They survived the explosion.
But they were inside,
Yeah, they
huddled
survived
up.
though, because in the ending you see him bald, with and looked like actually Dawson now with
That
Blanca,
makes
and they like forest people now.
so you see what I'm saying? The movie makes no sense. It just jumped from one thing to the next. He was
Yeah,
the last time you saw him, he was dying in an explosion.
yeah,
The next time you see him at the end of the movie, he's just chilling.
yeah.
Bro,
Bald now. Like how he just lost his
the little
head.
skulls and everything.
Yeah.
This movie
No,
is so.
he just had the fucking metal thing around his neck. Other than that, like he was bald.
Oh,
He looked more
they
like
kept the metal
Dawson.
thing.
Yeah. Um.
It's so it doesn't. There's no order.
Yeah.
No, there has to be a way to describe that. It's not jump cuts, and it's in order.
Yeah.
It's just that it's just like from one scene to the next.
The other one was them getting that brand new fucking like high tech boat and shit, like the
Oh
fucking
God, the Thunder in Paradise
Thunder in
boat.
Paradise boat, and then the UN dude fucking fires them,
Oh God, the
and he's like,
snot.
You go take
The
it and shove it, and then take the
and he
fucking
gives the
boat.
speech. Oh yeah, well yeah, you have to listen to the Gal speech.
Yeah,
We who wants to fight? Well, who wants to go home, and who wants to come with me?
yeah,
I'm going to kick the next Bison's ass so hard. No, I'm gonna kick Bison's ass so hard the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
yeah.
It was terrible. But you know what? Delivered by him, it was good.
And
It's just
then
like they tried so I don't know, they weren't trying. They weren't trying hard. They knew that shit was ridiculous. They had that guy with the glasses was a character. They
yeah,
had the most stereotypical British people. The woman who was like, oh
yeah,
God, that was following him. She didn't have lines.
yeah.
How did the government man have a butler? I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, some British thing, I
And
guess.
he was just the most cowardly guy giving orders.
Yeah.
Ugh,
It's like, oh, we're
I'm not
gonna
gonna
fire
fight.
you. Like, oh, you go take this job and shove it, and then stealing their fucking multi-million-dollar boat.
Mhm.
Fucking
I do
assholes.
like on the pier when he said, per these orders, and he held them up and they fell in the water.
Yeah,
And he just looked down. It was like, oh shit, well. And then they did not ignore that. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
so we got Thunder in Paradise,
Thunder in Paradise on the way to destroy Bison's base.
and then Chung Li was captured.
And then they have what another see, this has some cool
So
scenes.
that was a cool scene. The Chung Li scene. She
They
was
had the
captured by
torture scene
Bison.
first. Had the torture scene with Honda.
Yeah,
When the Russian guy, the stereotypical Russian guy, was beating him and like he broke his sticks on him.
yeah,
And then Honda didn't squeal or pretend he was doing anything, and you look at his back, it's all fucked up.
yeah.
Um, then they have the Chun Li thing
That was a
because they
good
went their
scene.
separate ways. Yeah,
Yeah, that
she
was
was
a good
good.
scene.
She was
And she
delivering.
actually dressed as Chung Li-ish.
But she was intense. She was, but see, this is where you learn everything that happens. Why
Yeah.
she wanted to get so close. It was cool how he underestimated her.
Yeah,
Like that's, again, he's supposed to be super strong, but he doesn't have super durability.
yeah, because he got his
So,
ass handed to him in that scene.
yo, she fucked him up.
Yeah. And well, those like I think this was the sign. This is the line that's like one of my favorite lines. He was like, the moment,
Oh, when she tells the sob story about her
yeah.
family and
So
everything.
the
Yeah.
moment you lost your father was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. So good.
And it was just a fucked up thing. He was like, this
And
is.
the whole time he
Yeah.
was taking off his uniform
Yeah.
and changed into a smoking jacket
Yep.
and a velour hat.
Yeah. I like the fact that he had multiple hats
Yeah,
and
me too.
multiple costumes. That made me laugh. It just was a random scene. But yeah, Chung Li beat the shit out of his ass. And then Borog got escaped. And then he helped E Honda escape. So
And
they
then they,
all.
but I love how he hopped in his plastic shelter
Yeah.
to look at them, and then they all gathered up.
And he was just smiling at them
Yes,
while
he
the
had this
gas hit.
maniacal. Yo, but okay. I might have to take that look on Chun Li's face
Yeah.
when he said it was Tuesday. They close up on her. This is one of those those cuts to the
Yeah.
person's face, and they zoomed in on her face, and her eyes open wide.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna just slap him dead, but yo, was he wild out? That was awesome.
Yeah.
But like,
She was like, I'm gonna beat that ass right now.
that's what I'm saying. It had some that made sense.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't, but that one was my favorite one. Her eyes bugged the fuck out. It's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
How dare you say this shit? Um, she beat him like he owed him all. She owed him. He owed her all the money,
Yeah. And then
and then he gassed him,
yeah.
and then he chained them all up, and then he's telling them his big plan on the big screen because he's like, they're gonna pay me my money. That was the whole backstory
That
to
was the other thing too, is the fact that he wants money when he was supposed to have his own currency. Don't you just want more domination than money?
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't like. I was like, why are you taking? I thought your currency was supposed to be the high thing, higher than everything. I thought your dominance of the world will make your money higher, and then why are you stealing the money when your money is gonna be higher? I didn't get it. I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
you got some crazy. You're crazy. That's it. You're fucking crazy, and you're just mad motherfucker. And
Yes.
everyone's calling you crazy, and you denying it, but you are fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, he
Yeah,
wanted he got well, he got it. He got his 20 billion.
yeah,
Um, because they couldn't get the hostages back. Like
yeah,
they have, so that was the other like through line was the mission was get the hostages back, get the hostages
yeah,
back. And technically they failed.
yeah,
And then the only last hope was that Gal and the Thunder in Paradise boat
yep,
could sneak in and take it down from the inside.
yeah,
And then everybody else could come afterwards.
yeah,
So that's what we were hoping on. So the plan just so happens to miraculously come through because they had to go through this whole really bad CG scene with the
yeah,
boat.
yep,
Um, and then like it blows up the radars, like, and then DJ's like, two of our radars went out. And he had the worst Jamaican
mhm,
accent, the worst. And so he's like, the radars went out, and then they're like, bring up the visuals, and you can see the badly cropped out boat, but you see the water
yeah,
parting.
yeah,
And I was like, oh, that's pretty funny CG. I mean, it was what it was for the time, but then
mhm,
they go to it, so you get the fake. What was the name of that Viper? Remember
yeah.
the camel?
Oh yeah,
Ah,
this camel.
so it was like almost like that, but
Yeah,
Thunder in Paradise mixed with Viper, and then so as the juice ran out for that, because they used sonar to find it
yeah,
instead of the radar, because it was radar proof or whatever. They get there, they blow it up, but you see them, they were like, all right, get ready to leave early, and then the last thing you see is the boat blows up, and everybody's like,
yeah,
oh no, he's dead again. And
yeah,
so, they got out, they make it in. Guy climbs down, makes a joke about ROTC training, which I think is a reference to his real life.
yeah,
Like he had boot training or some shit like that, boot camp training when he was young.
yeah,
So he was like climbing down in some ancient Thailand ruins where the base was. Um, that was a big ass spider.
yeah.
That was on his crotch too. I just want to say
um,
he was pretty chill about that.
that's when we
Um,
start seeing like a lot of guys escaping,
yeah, that's true.
and then
That's true.
Ryu and Ken kind of do their little play, and then they fight Sagat and Vega, which I thought the fight scene was fine.
That
But
was cool.
you saw them doing a hurricane kick, you saw them do a Hadouken.
They The flash of the screen,
Yeah,
yes.
and then they find E Honda and Borog, and they were about to fight each other, and they, oh, we on the same side. They try to yoke them and shit,
Yoke 'em up, yoke 'em
and
up.
then they were like, oh, we on the same side, and then they take off the thing, and they're back. And you know they fucking rewrite you. And then that's when they started helping out and all that shit. Then you had like E Honda and Zangief. This is probably my favorite fight scene because it was like
Yeah,
Godzilla and King Kong.
it
This
was
made me laugh.
when everything was going to
Yeah,
shit. Cause no, cause yeah, cause Gal got it. No, cause they got loose
yeah,
and somebody kicked the guy on the button. That was the dumbest shit.
yeah,
One of the generic dudes, he got kicked in the face, fell over, and fell right on top of the doomsday button.
yeah,
So the whole base, you hear the alarm going off. So now you got a time limit
yeah,
because the movie's wrapping up. Um, everything's going to shit, but Gal made it in. So he's in there. The plan is to kick Bison's ass
yeah,
and then leave.
yeah,
Um, so him and Bison are starting to face off, but he gets to a point because everybody else, like you said, is doing different things in the background,
yeah,
trying to escape and whatnot. But he's looking for Bison, and he gets on the bridge in the middle,
yeah,
and then that's when everybody's with him, and then he pulls out the knife,
yeah,
and then it slowly but surely turns in his favor, and they
yeah.
start backing up. But then they realize the army made it. So
Yeah.
conveniently, the army just happened to get in there nice and silently without saying anything and shooting anybody.
One thing I loved was the fact that his expression, like the knife, he thought the knife scared them, and then he saw the
Yeah,
army. He's like, fucking ruined my thunder.
yeah. I was just gonna say he was funny in the
Yeah,
movie, man. He had little things like little humorous lines here and
yeah.
there. I was like, all right, Van Damme's kind of funny.
And then they fight.
And then he gets down. They want to do one-on-one combat. So they fight,
Yep.
and it's like it's not really a fight scene. It's
Yeah,
just Gal doing Street Fighter moves.
yeah. Which is
I
the
guess he
Blade
does
kick.
like the high. No, but he does like the roundhouse.
Yeah.
He does like the standard Van Damme roundhouse
Mhm.
too. And then he does like three flash kicks to him in a row.
Yeah.
It's the wall, son. If you get flash kicked 3 times, give up. I think they did it on purpose because
Against
it's
the
like,
wall too. It was like a cheesy ass shit.
yeah, I think it was, but you know what's funny? I will say this. Some things in that movie make me think they did see the video game played.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if they knew about the in joke or like what it feels like to get flash kicked 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But that's demoralizing.
Yeah.
So if it happens to you in the game and it hurts that much, I can imagine in real life. So
Yeah.
immediately after that, he does the Van Damme kick, the jumping split kick, and he kills Bison by kicking him onto his console.
Yeah.
And he's electrocuted. He has the silly ass death. And then they flash to everybody else escaping. The finish of the Vega Ryu fight, he burned his face. He's done. He gets kicked in. He's knocked out. Then Sagat gets, I think, he gets kicked. He's a hurricane kick first, and then he gets dragon punch.
Yeah.
And he's laid out because Ken gives him the statue he was gonna steal.
Yep.
And then so Ken and Ryu, they're gonna leave.
Yep.
Chun-Li and them, they're already gone. They're already like at the exit or some shit. Honda and Zengi fell through the floor, and then they fell on the diorama of the scene. That's when they had the Godzilla portion. But then they had this really funny moment with Sawada when they turned on the systems. You remember this part?
Yeah.
At the end, because Sawada's the Japanese guy that has the really thick accent, which I found out he has something to do with the anime.
Yeah.
So he has something to do with the movie, anime, and the following animation, not the USA cartoon, which is
Yeah.
god awful. We need to watch that too. Oh, but so Sawada is speaking perfect Japanese
Yeah.
to a girl who's in the army, or their world organization, the GN something, the GNL, I think it is, and she's speaking right back to him in perfect Japanese. And they literally throw to what's on the monitor, and
Yeah.
it's Honda and Zengi fighting,
Yeah.
and two Japanese people seeing that, and then they're making the Godzilla sound effects.
Yeah. That was funny.
Bruh, that was like, damn. They went for it. We went for a hell of a reference.
Yeah.
Um, so that's still going on.
Yeah, and then we got to power up Bison after the 3 flash kicks.
Yes, he's
He fell on a
after you see all the chaos and people leaving, um, you get the powered up suit is bringing him back to life while he's standing there talking
yeah,
and like trying to get the things together to get out of there. Bison gets back up, and then he's got you. I will show you true power, and hits him with the lightning fuck like the
yeah.
emperor. Uh,
It
and
looked like he tried
now,
to do the Psycho Crusher.
yeah, he did a Psycho Crusher, the slowest Psycho Crusher in the
Yeah,
world. His light up shoes. Now he can fly. He gave the whole speech about electromagnetism.
yeah,
So apparently he's not only super strong, but he has electromagnetic powers
yeah.
due to his super suit. I don't,
I
I
guess
don't
I
know.
don't know.
And his shoes. It's got to be the
Yeah,
shoes.
the shoes.
And then so they basically repeat the spot like 3 or 4 times where he swipes him in the air and
Yeah,
knocks Gal down, and they ended off with a flash kick.
yeah,
It's basically like an anti-air in the game. He was
yeah.
like, "Son, stop doing the same move over and over again." And he just caught him with a flash kick. And he flew into the monitor.
Like that's all you know how to fucking do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, it ended like a video game.
Yep.
He flew into the monitor. He's dead. Uh, Guile has to get the fuck out before the base
Yeah.
blows up. Everybody gets to the top, and
Yeah.
then Zangief has the realization because he sees DJ leaving.
Yeah. With
DJ
the money.
is the one he went to get the case of the money
Mm-hmm.
to get the hell out of there. He didn't know about the money
Yeah.
that was in the case,
Yeah.
being the Bison dollars. So he'll find out soon enough. But he's running out of there, and then he tells Zangief that they're the bad guys because Zangief didn't know who the hell they were.
Yeah.
Again, I love that character. He's
Yeah.
so stupid.
But he lined up saving the day.
Yes, because he held the door for the crew to get out.
Mm-hmm.
All the good guys to get out. DJ takes the secret exit.
Yep.
They show him hit a panel when it comes out. He
Resist
leaves,
Saget.
and then he's swimming. Well, before he gets to the water, a guy hits him on the shoulder and is
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the two of us," because he says, "I'm going to take this money." He's like,
Yeah.
"We're going to take this money." And oh boy, poor the guy. He already knew. He should have known.
Yeah.
He should have known. Is what I mean. So they go their separate ways. They have the secret exit. The main crew goes out the front. They're like, "Where's Guile?" And then it blows up. And then he comes out through the smoke,
Yep.
conveniently, unscathed. Don't you, mind you, we explained it earlier, but he had a whole sit down conversation with Blanca
Yeah.
and Alson before that happened.
Yeah.
Yo, dude. Conveniently, the base didn't blow up while he was talking to them. I just like, come on. And then so I told you, they were sitting in like the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Self-destruct went off, and then 5 minutes later, they're fine.
Yep.
Posing in the end picture. What happened to DJ was they get to the shore. Him and Sagat open the money trunk. Well, Sagat opens the money trunk. He's like, "Be careful, that's my savings." Again with that horrible Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
They open it up, and
The
his
Bison
expression
dollars.
is priceless. He didn't even look that bad. He was like, fucking guy.
He just
And
looks
then
sad.
so it had another one of my favorite scenes. It's a guy in slacks,
Mhm.
no shirt on, just throwing money in the air.
Yeah.
And the DJ just like, "Oh Lord." So that's basically it.
Yeah.
It's just it ends with the pose,
Yeah. Conveniently
which made no
posed.
sense. Which made no sense
It's
because
Street
what we
Fighter.
just had happened. Anyway,
That-
this movie was
They did it just mainly because it's a Street Fighter, and that's one of the
Yeah.
signature things is the poses and shit.
yeah.
But
It was
yeah.
just
It is what it
it
is.
it was bad.
Yeah.
I can't defend it. I like it. I was laughing my ass off during this movie, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the intent. Listen, half the stuff that I was laughing at was not what they wanted you to laugh at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although Bison's acting, Raul Julia, was great. I loved his character. I
brought his A
loved
game.
him being over dramatic.
Yeah.
I loved his commitment to being as insane as he was. But like, No, he's not there. He's not there. He's not there.
Yeah.
I take that back. He's not in the picture. No, Dawson's not in the picture. They
No, no,
do die.
no. They not in the picture, but they survived. He's just bald with a fucking thing on his neck, and
How they
Blanca lived.
survive? They blew up.
No,
The
they
last
got
thing you
out.
see, where?
They got out. It was a scene that I remember them clearly that he was bald. It was like towards the ending.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah,
the last thing I saw was the conversation, and he was sitting there, and he was like, "Don't worry, we'll find our own way."
yeah,
And then the last thing you see is him sitting there. They don't show them again, and he's sitting in the corner, holding, consoling Blanca. And then it just flash forwards to Guile is leaving, the
yeah,
explosion. He does the very last minute escape,
yeah.
and they don't show them again. I thought you meant they were in the
They
pose.
did,
No, they're
cause
not in there.
yeah, he gets outside. And he's bald. They shaved his
He's
head.
bald in the cave. No, he's bald
Yeah, the
after.
cave. That's the,
Yeah,
oh,
he
okay.
doesn't come
So
out.
yeah,
He
okay. So
doesn't
they
come out the
did.
cave.
I guess they did.
They
I don't
dead.
know.
They dead, son. Oh
Oh well,
man.
good.
Damn, you just made me sad.
Yeah,
I thought they survived. I was about to say, oh, that's cool, but that don't make sense. But this movie doesn't make sense.
this movie.
But now they dead. Oh, so
Uh,
Blanca died.
the verdict of this movie. What do you give it?
I give it.
1 out of 5.
I give it three burning Sawadas out of no, three Captain Sawadas out of five. I give it a 3
3.
because I just like the movie
Yeah,
because I like how dumb it is.
yeah,
I like the people in the movie. Like most of the actors I know from something else.
yeah.
The character, is Street Fighter. At some point, they made an effort to look like the characters. I'll take that.
Somewhat.
T-Hawk was garbage.
Yeah,
The worst character by far.
yeah,
Even Sawada looks dope.
yeah,
I thought he was a Super Sentai actor. I looked
yeah,
at his IMDb. No, he's not.
yeah.
Some cool ass Japanese dude.
Yep, yep. I'll give it a 2. Uh,
I could see the reason I say I like it. It's not that long,
yeah.
and I can watch it. I don't know. I. That's a movie. If it was on in the background, I wouldn't change it.
What I'll say is, and now that I opened the light on the GI Joe toys and things like that, if this was a GI Joe movie with the same kind of plot in a way, I may have liked it more than it being a Street Fighter movie. I
Yeah.
know what I think is Street Fighter is not this.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're right.
in that case, I did like some of the actresses and actors in it. The Chung Li and Bison, I thought they were great. Zangief was a funny character as well. Even E Honda, I thought he was a good pick as a character and whatnot. He looked like one of Rakishi's brothers and shit.
Yeah.
But
I played Kyoto when I was a kid.
but the plot of it was just retarded. It was just everywhere. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on half the time, and I was focused on this movie.
Yeah, it was like, why was this movie moving at a breakneck pace?
Yeah.
Because they probably had to get it finished.
Fucking N Bison was just a crazy motherfucker. I think that was his thing. He was an evil detective. He was just fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He had a vision. He wanted the Bisontopia. He liked his name for some reason. I don't know why. Bison's a dumb name, but he liked his name and he wanted his name on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And but he was a fun character for the most part. Rod Jr. played a great character in him.
Yeah.
Van Damme looked out of it to me. Might not you, but he had his one-liners. They were funny. But for him to be playing an all-American, yeah, you're not stupid. We hear your accent, dude. Other than that, it was an okay movie. It's not honestly. I think the Mario Brothers and Double Dragon, at least what at least they showed was kind of heart within the movies. This one was just it was just a weird situation to put these characters in.
This movie felt like they needed to make the movie. Like somebody said, we're gonna give you money
Yeah,
to make the movie. That's what it felt like. Because they put so much stuff in. They had the
yeah,
joystick from the game and Bison's console. They made sure to do all the moves. They made sure to wear all the outfits,
yeah,
even if it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like it was like just had to make this,
Yeah.
and let's stick the guy who's like got the most fame on the front. You know what I mean? Like it really was just a cash grab.
Yeah.
But for me, it ended up being a beautiful train wreck. It's just like if this wasn't called Street Fighter, I'd be like, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It wouldn't mean anything, but because it's Street Fighter, this shit is hilarious. That's the reason I like it. It's
I
hilarious.
come to the conclusion that the Street Fighter G.I. Joe figures were out first before this movie. The director figured out that, oh, it's a toy line, took the direction, took the storyline that was in the back of the card, and this is what movie he made. I'm
Listen,
gonna stick to that.
amen. So that's it. We
Yeah.
got
Be
work for
out.
this week.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you for thank you for tuning in. We're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep. Next week,
Uh,
Mortal Kombat.
do, 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 do.
At least we get that next
uh
week.
so we'll be continuing the series
Yep.
with Mortal Kombat. But make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc.
Yep.
And that is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is WordPress. That is YouTube and
Yes.
SoundCloud as well.
Yes.
But you can also hear the Wrestling Babble podcast.
Yes.
So thank you for listening. Where can I catch you, Merc?
You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitch TV, YouTube, SoundCloud, all Mark with the Mic. Our Facebook groups of the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble page. And all in all, that's pretty much where you can find me.
Yes, yes.
Peace out, laters. And
Peace.
always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Some sandwiches. Throw gloves on.
Yes.